私は何度でも生き返る。ゴレンジャー、死ねえ。ブルーテ
やめなよ姉ちゃん。
スパイダー感覚に感知。南西3キロ。
関所。
アルティメットスプリームメイクアッ
バルカンアイ。
これ食べなきゃ体壊しちゃうよ。
この犬は渡る君ではありません。今証拠を見せます。
何をする渡る。ロータ、おじいちゃんの言うことわからんか。バカモン。
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Tonight on Stumbling Down History Road, we're going to be talking about... What are we talking about? Can somebody explain it to me? I got in the group message. I'm going to say Toku?
Toku.
Toko Ramen.
He's just being a dick.
Topiyaki? I don't know.
Tokusatsu?
Yeah.
Is it pronounced Tokusatsu?
Akira Toriyama.
Tokusatsu.
It's Toku? Okay.
Yeah, no, I was just fun.
That's what we
Okay.
got. Akira Toriyama.
Please support the official release.
Yeah, so what the fuck are we talking about?
Style of filmmaking.
Filmmaking, TV making, yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm Jackson. That's Paulie. Jeff.
I'm Tom.
I'm D. Wait.
Style filmmaking.
So yeah, Tokusatsu. It's a style of Japanese filmmaking. You'd know it probably as like Power Rangers here. Yeah, Power Rangers here technically. That's where they took the Japanese footage and then edited it with American dubbing and some non-suit actors and stuff. But yeah, it's essentially like suit acting and special effects TV shows.
I think it literally is like stands for like special effects filming.
Yeah, I think it does basically mean special effects film. It's like a kind of like a portmanteau.
Whatever.
How do you say it? Portmanteau? Yeah.
Words.
Well, Gojira is a
It's one of the first ones, if not the first.
Yeah, it's one of the first Tokusatsu films, if not the first, and that's itself a portmanteau of gorilla and whale in Japanese. Gorigi, however, and anyway, but yeah, no, it's So anyway, yeah, it's a style filming. You know it best as like Godzilla, Power Rangers.
Godzilla is in this?
Yes, the original. Well, so if it has like a guy in a big rubber suit, and
King Kong?
King Kong didn't use any
Yes.
rubber suit stuff.
Later in the Toho films.
Well, yeah, he was in the Toho films. Yeah.
With like Mechanic Kong.
Oh right, Mechanic Kong. Yeah, Japan had their own weird. So Japan has their own thing where they'll like get really into like a particular English character for a little while and make a bunch of films. We've kind of been over this.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, the Frankenstein ones. They did a bunch of Tarzan stuff for a while. Yeah, they'll just kind of weirdly pick up on an English character, make a bunch of weird live action films around them for a little while, and then just kind of like on to the next one. It's weird. Hello. You can't hear me. I'm mute.
I don't understand that.
Can you hear me now?
Where what was it,
He's
T-Mobile?
doing a-
Sprint.
What's up?
What was the commercials? Where it was like, can you hear me now? Is it Sprint, T-Mobile?
Oh, your sound was
Verizon.
off.
Verizon?
His sound was off.
Can you hear me now?
Good. Can you hear me now? Good. There's a lot of. That's another one we should go over, like weird commercial fads. That's a fun episode.
I miss like the early 2000s era of commercials.
Oh
When
yeah.
they actually like
Cared.
Yeah.
See, like now I
Now
just get
some-
bored. I look at the Japanese commercials and you're like, okay.
Other than
Japanese commercials are always great. We'll get into. Oh, you know what I got? I got some Sekiro gummies for that. When you do commercials. Yeah, I got a long one. I got the long ones and I got some
Did
regular
I tell you
ones.
I cosplayed as Long Man to a convention once?
Did anybody get it?
Yes, because
Nice.
I had like the 10-foot fucking suit,
Oh. Okay. For those who don't know,
and I had the bouquet of Long.
quick side thing. If you, where did you get the bouquet? Did you make that?
Oh, I
yourself?
100%
Oh,
made
that's
it.
so awesome. So Long Man, it's this Japanese commercial series, right? And it's like 6 minutes of like commercials total. You can watch it on YouTube, the whole thing. And it's about a guy who's like dating a chick, and they both kind of like are friend, like kind of bond over like these Sekiro gummies, which are like these gummies you can split and share or whatever. And they keep getting kind of stalked by the Long Man, which is like this guy with the long version of the Sekiro gummies, and the girl gets really into it. And it's honestly probably one of the best.
It has the best ending of a commercial. I've
Oh
ever
my
seen.
god, it's some of the best. That last 30 seconds is some of the best advertisements ever put to television, period. I'm sorry. So, anyway. Yeah, sorry. Side note.
no, it's fine. I really liked Darth Vader Kid.
Darth Vader Kid was a good commercial where he's. And then turns on the car and he's like.
And it runs away.
You know what's a good one?
I also like Doritos. Doritos has some pretty good ones, but those are mostly fan ones that they have.
Yeah, they're a lot of the Doritos ones are made by like small independent fan stuff.
Well, the one commercial I quote almost every day is "Now you're thinking with your dipstick, Jimmy."
Ah, you thinking with your lipstick, Jimmy? Whoosh.
I also like Scotch Korean.
It's a contradiction. I'm Scotch Korean.
Or the Hot Pockets one. Hot Pocket.
Hot foot.
You don't want car, you want Hot Pocket.
You
But
don't
see,
want
that's
to make
all-
out.
That's all like 2000s-y.
That's what I said.
Now
You
they
can't-
don't.
I don't
now they
think you
don't
could
do
get away
that.
with the Hot Pocket one.
Now they
dude.
don't do that.
No.
You can't get away with the Hot Pocket one now.
Or Scotch Korean.
That one a little bit.
What about berries and cream?
Which one?
That became a meme for a little bit. Berries and cream. Berries and
that
cream.
one.
I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream. Berries and cream, but
The only one I really hate is the monkey dog baby
Puppy
one.
Monkey Baby.
I fucking hate that.
I made that my profile picture on Facebook for a while because
I
it
hate that
pissed
shit.
people off. Puppy Monkey Baby. That's mid 2010s, I think. Early 2010s.
You know what's funny? That commercial would be considered tokusatsu.
Puppy Monkey Baby.
Yeah, with the puppet.
Yeah, with the puppet. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
But yeah, that form of filmmaking has been around since like the 50s.
So,
yeah,
explain it to me one more time. It's just a dude in a suit.
not
It
necessarily.
doesn't have to be. It's in Japan. It's basically their like special effects filming.
Yeah, like
So Jurassic Park.
somewhat. Yeah, some of Jurassic Park could be like in the Toku range with the min.
The
with-
Velociraptors were men in suits.
Were they?
Yeah, they were
Some of them were.
some.
But like, so like it's yeah, it's mostly
Especially the
characterized by
clever
the
ones.
suits.
Clever girl.
Clever girl. Okay, let's open this up.
So it's mostly men in suits.
It could be, but
Yeah.
like you know, like shows that have like a.
Would you say that every girl is crazy for a sharp dressed man?
Bow, 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 bow.
I only said it because men in suits.
Yeah, no,
You
got it.
know, good song, good band.
But yeah, like that whole genre though in Japan has like a wide variety of different shows.
I mean, they have a Toku Spider-Man.
Yes, and
The
that's why we
emissary-
have Megazords in Super Sentai.
The emissary from hell, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
But I'm still trying to figure out what it is.
So by like modern day definitions,
seen-
it would be like live action special effects movies
With
or
some
shows.
CGI. With some CGI nowadays.
Well, nowadays, yeah, but like
It's just a film using CGI, or sorry, a film using
using special effects.
special effects. That's
Yeah, a
it.
film
As
or
like
television
as like a
show.
main point of it. So like Gojira, the main point of the movie is Gojira itself, and it's entirely a special effect,
So therefore, it's a token.
but it's in a live action. So
It's weird. It's kind of like
it's
So would you say that the live action Lion King was a Toku movie?
here's how the easiest way for me to explain it because it's weird. America, we have cartoons. Japan has anime. They're the same fucking thing, but they have two different names.
Okay, so then what would you say would be the American equivalency program?
Like superhero movies.
yeah. A lot of superhero movies take from Toku. It seems. No.
They take from Toku, or did Toku take from the comics?
Yes.
Well, they
no.
literally had a Spider-Man Tokusatsu show.
They were trying to do it. They were trying to do an Avengers one that became Battle Fever.
Well, Stan Lee actually wanted Sun Vulcan in America, but he couldn't get the license.
Yeah, no, believe it or not, Stan Lee tried to get Power Rangers and Super Sentai here first before. Oh God, why is his name slipping me?
Hein Saban.
Thank you, Hayam Saban did,
But yeah, he wants Sun Vulcan.
which was like 3 or 4 years before that. Or,
No, way before. Sun Vulcan was like the 80s.
Right. Yeah. He, I think Hayam Saban tried to start with like Jetman first.
Yeah, which was the year before Jew Ranger.
Jew Ranger, and then he saw Jew Ranger, and he's like, it's
Dinosaurs.
Jew. No, he literally did
Okay.
because Jew, and he's Jewish. He's like, something saying,
Even though it's pronounced Jew.
Jew Ranger, yeah.
Because
Which
just
is-
the way Japan pronounces things.
Which is kind of their way of saying both dinosaur and dragon at the same time.
Yeah.
It's so like Jew and Ryu and like they're basically spelt in almost kind of sort of the same and said the same. It's just because the way Japanese language works. Means
Well,
both.
Kyoryu is dinosaur, so
I like dinosaurs.
I know.
Dinosaurs are great. We love dinosaurs here.
That's Jeff.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Just cool.
Jeff is just an important fixture.
Jeff is our most important third mic,
Yeah.
and Paulie is our music man.
Fourth mic.
He's the DJ.
Sometimes.
DJ. Wah, wah, wah.
Right now he's feeling a little sleepy. He make no noisy.
Did we ever figure out that whole karaoke thing?
What?
We should figure that out.
I don't want to know what he's trying to figure out.
I don't know, just do a karaoke stream. Shits and
No.
giggles. Yes.
No.
Why not?
Why would we? What?
Because
What?
karaoke is fun. Especially when you get nice and liquored up, karaoke's great. I like to
He's
sing
so
a-
disappointed in
about
himself.
the
He's
moon and
smoking
the
a
Juna
pretzel.
and the swinger. I like to sing about the sky of blue or tea or two. I love to sing. No?
No.
You don't like to sing it? You don't like to sing it about the moon?
No.
The real ones get that. You get it. You're just trying to pretend like you know the cartoon, at the very least. Everybody knows that cartoon.
Yeah, it's a frog.
That's Owl Johnson.
No, it's a frog.
You're thinking of Michigan J. Frog.
Yeah, he sings that.
No, he sings "Hello, My Baby."
No. You're wrong.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Baby, my heart's on fire. Send me a
Right, Spaceballs.
Spaceballs. Yeah, and that's a bit from Michigan J. Frog.
That's Toku.
An American equivalent, yes, I would agree.
A lot of suit actors in that. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, a lot of
a lot of
suits.
stunt doubles too.
You idiots! You caught their stunt doubles.
Comb the desert.
We ain't found shit.
We ain't found shit.
Brings out a freaking pick.
Merchandising. Spaceballs the towel.
I'm printing one of those helmets.
So,
Nice.
when did this really get started?
Like I said,
what's-
Godzilla, yeah.
The one that got
technically.
popular was Gojira, so probably 1954.
I mean, there was like some other bit of like,
Yeah.
but I mean,
The one that really kind of
It was
launched it.
Gojira.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, before that they did. I mean, there's like things like 20,000 Leagues, Monster from 20,000 Depths or whatever. Like they imported like a lot of American monster films and stuff first. Kind of got into those first, and then they started really making their own.
I mean, the one that kind of got actually like popular and our modern definition of Tokusatsu would probably be Ultraman,
Yeah, Ultraman is probably one of the bigger ones over there.
which was made by one of the original creators of Gojira. So
Wasn't the original character designed by a child, or was
no,
that...
you're thinking of Jet Jaguar,
Jet Jaguar? Yeah, Jet Jaguar.
So you're saying that
which
probably
is funny because Jet Jaguar's concept design versus the design they went with doesn't look anything alike. That poor kid who won that contest.
Really? That's
It's not the first time in fucking or the last time that Tokusatsu had a contest and they basically told the kids to go fuck themselves. My favorite is from Super Sentai in Zyuranger. They had a like a poll if Burai lived or died,
Oh, God.
and
They Robined him?
100%. They're
They
like
fucking Robined
the
his
kids are
ass?
like, yeah, he survives, and they're just like, fuck you, he's dead.
no.
Nope. Oh my God, I can't believe they Jason Todded his ass.
But oh yeah, he's dead. We literally see him go to the afterlife.
Well, I think him, Kira Ranger, and the Time Fire show up for
No,
Kaiju.
Kiba Ranger doesn't die. Kiba Ranger's a little kid.
No, Kira Ranger, the white one from...
Abare Killer?
Yeah, Abra Killer.
That's what I-
Sorry, Abba Killer. I was... Okay.
But yeah, because his gimmick was he had all the dead ones for his mech. Well, all the dead sixth.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So Abba Ranger was a dinosaur season in Japan for Super Sentai.
You know it as Dino Thunder here. That's the one where Jason David Frank came back to be the Black Ranger.
I will take your word for these things.
Carrying on. So, yeah, some Rangers actually, like some Sentai actually die in season. Usually it's a 6 Ranger, and
Well, you had other ones, like in Jetman, Black dies at the end.
really?
Well, that's because Jetman was basically a copy of Gotchaman, and Joe dies in Gotchaman.
Oh, Beautiful Joe.
No,
That
gotcha.
video game.
He's a reference to Tokusatsu.
Yes. Particularly Kamen Rider, I think.
It's a mix of Kamen Rider and Super Sentai.
Well, we'll get into Kamen Rider in a second.
Will we?
Well, after Ultraman, Kamen Rider was the next big one,
Okay.
and then Super Sentai.
Okay.
And then all the way at the very end, we got Garo. No, I'm joking.
Well, you also had the Metal Heroes.
Well, the Metal Heroes were massive depending on what season, but a lot of them got really big. Heck, the ones that we got actually were bigger than Power Rangers at one point, technically.
Yep.
Could you argue that like Disney on Ice is Toku?
What?
I guess to an extent, because even in Japan, their stage shows count.
Really? Oh yeah.
But again, it's like how they have different words from different countries.
Yeah. What's it called? Stage shows are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like how we have the Book of Mormon. That's a stage show.
Well, what they do is they'll get like the suit actors and the actors, and they'll have them like basically play out an episode on like in a theater and stuff, and people go and watch it, which is
Like Cats.
And sometimes they're canon, which
Like-
is really bad when you have a one-off suit and you're like, I didn't know this exists.
Like Cats. It's just a musical based off of a movie.
did Cats come back, or is that still off, not on Broadway anymore?
The movie probably killed any hope of that shit coming back.
Yeah, probably. Release the butthole version of that movie. Remember when that was the butthole version of Cats? Because the way the CGI was, it caused someone to like that little.
I don't even want the normal version.
Just release the butthole. Give us the balloon knots.
The Snyder version.
Yeah.
God. We want Sonic's feet. Release the feet cut.
Can you imagine how his feet look after running that much?
No.
Probably all calloused.
No. But some people are into it.
Why are you looking at me? I literally just wanted to throw up when you brought it up.
I think the lady doth protest too much.
I love the ones where it's like Sonic is pregnant with Shrek's child and shit. Those are always fucking weird.
I mean, the funniest photo ever is him making out with Mario.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a crayon drawing.
Anything done by Chris Chan. See our Chris Chan episode.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I just noticed isn't here yet?
George?
Yeah, he ain't here yet.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, he'll turn up. Anyway. But
yeah, after Gojira,
Godzilla.
the
Gojira.
special effects director went on to make Ultra Q, which then also turned into Ultraman.
Okay.
Because it's Tsuburaya. Eiji Tsuburaya.
Now, yeah, Tsuburaya does a lot of shit.
He did.
Yeah, he's a... Because I hear his name... Well,
Well, he has his own studio called Tsuburaya.
Right.
I mean, he's not around anymore, but
Clear.
there's still Tsuburaya stuff.
Well, I mean, you know, the guy could die, but, like...
Well, I'm just saying, his studio was named after him.
Technically, the Weinstein Company's still around. Although that's different, kind of, sort of.
Just a smidge.
Is it? Is it different?
I mean, one's because the guy went to jail. The other one's because he passed away.
That sounds like the same thing.
No.
Oh, another thing about most tokusatsu is it's done very cheaply.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, even if you take, like, Ultra Q...
I gotcha. Hold on. Hear me out now. Right? Velocipaster. That's a toku.
Yeah. You know what's my favorite Toku moment?
Jesus killing
The
vampires.
behind the scenes of Baragon being filmed.
So,
No, sorry. I think it's Jesus Christ Vampire Slayer.
you know there's a reference to that in Dandadan?
The Ra.
There's an entire character based after her.
But yeah, what's her name?
Vamala.
Yeah, I know. I got that far. I've seen her.
Okay. I swear to God, if she doesn't go blah in the anime, I'm going to be disappointed. To be fair, she won't show up until season 3. But
Caging Dr. Octagonopus?
Yeah, they go how I'm thinking they're going to do
you
it.
see her suit in the poster, but they're probably just going to see her suit at the end of the season. And
Yeah,
that's
it's
about
probably going to be Cliff. They're probably going to do what they did with the last season where they...
it. So we'll meet Kenta.
we already met Kenta. Kenta was...
You're thinking of Gigi,
Oh, Kenta. Yeah.
Yeah, Kenta.
Okay, Kenta.
the
Sorry.
super otaku.
Yep. Super.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one who...
So you.
Not going to say at the last convention I didn't cosplay Kenta for like 5 minutes, but I did.
Anyway.
Checks
yeah.
chart.
Yeah, no.
Checks
One of my favorites is... I don't know if you've ever seen the clip, but there's a clip of behind the scenes of Baragon being filmed for like... And they have like this girl in the costume. So for like the roar moments, she's just like... Rah! Rah!
It's adorable.
It's for some reason so adorable because it's just got the goofy. He's just rah.
My favorite is her in the prototype suit. She's just standing there without the head on, and she's so short. So it's just like the Baragon suit is just like. Eh.
Do you know the original Godzilla would lose like a cup of sweat every fucking take?
Dude, he passed out multiple times in
Yeah.
that suit.
He just
I think we talked about that on our Godzilla episode.
Probably.
yeah, we probably mentioned that.
I mean, they use like concrete.
Back when I was in Walmart for Easter, they have this is back. They have the Easter Bunny outfit, and there was one guy who'd go into it constantly because he's like, dude, after like 20 minutes, it gets so hot in there, I just start hallucinating. So I'm wandering around, basically tripping balls from the heat in this suit for like 2 hours. He's like, it's awesome.
Well, the worst was in
Dude,
Heat stroke is real.
what was it, 95?
He's like a 75-year-old dude. He's like, yeah, fuck it. I like giving the kids candy and tripping balls while I'm doing it.
Well, they probably started filming in 94, but the last Godzilla movie until the 2000s,
Oh, New York Godzilla.
the versus
With
Destroyer.
No, yeah, this is Troya.
So
no, with
the steam
Matthew
that came
Broderick.
out of
yeah,
him.
with Matthew Broderick.
Yes.
They made him. They made
We
a
will get to that.
musical of that on ice.
That's a Robot Chicken joke.
Yeah, they had a Godzilla on ice.
I get that reference. That is a Robot Chicken bit. Anyway, so you're saying
Is that where that's from?
But yeah,
Yes.
the burning Godzilla suit, the steam that came out of it was like pure like
the actor's
was
sweat.
it nitrogen or something? So they didn't realize that one of the tubes got unplugged in the suit, so the whole suit filled with it,
Oh.
and he started hallucinating and passing out. So then for the rest of the movie, he had to have like an air tank in it.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I love that. Like a lot.
He
of,
passed away a couple years ago, actually.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Poor Destroyer.
I love a lot of weird
No, the
cultural moments
Gojira actor.
in Japanese films are just sheer bullshit accidents. Like the famous Sanjiro blood splurt moment was an accident.
All Godzilla,
So-
all Destroyer wanted to do was just end all civilization.
It's like the whole big blood spurt thing originally started from the sequel to Yojimbo Sanjiro. And what happened was the guy accidentally cut the pressure valve on the blood hose, which basically just caused it to just spray everywhere. To the point where it was like spraying so hard the guy was like partially like getting like pushed off the ground a little bit from the hose force, and then he fell over. Like you could see him like kind of like trying to keep himself down. But yeah, that whole like slight delay massive blood spray thing was just a simple filming accident.
I hope that movie gets 4K remastered.
Which one?
Like
Destroyer?
no, like Yojimbo. Well, yes, but like Yojimbo and all those ones.
I-
Because like Toho themselves have gone back and 4K remastered from the original 35mm films. Some of the Gojira movies.
I know a bunch of his films are on Max with the Turner Classics. I don't know if they're upscaled or not.
Well, like I just got my hands on the Criterion Collection Biollante movie, and versus the old Miramax one, the Blu-ray that came out like a couple years ago.
I had the Criterion box set for Yojimbo and Sanjiro. I lent the Sanjiro to my uncle, and he's never given it back to me. Sorry, you're saying anyway.
But yeah, like the quality, like seeing that movie off its original
Uncle
35mm remaster is fantastic, and I want like every movie remastered like that.
You know what? I actually last year I saw both Yojimbo and Seven Samurai. The college movie theater in Huntington played them. It was actually really good. They even did they did like the full 3.5 like almost 4 hour what's it called, Seven Samurai, with the intermission and everything.
I think they're doing something recent coming up that you might enjoy. The place that you're talking about.
Oh, the Cinema Arts Center.
Yeah, not to dox
Whatever.
us.
Whatever. I already said Huntington. Like, piece of shit.
Yeah, I know.
That's like 6 miles that way. That way,
Yeah, no, continue doxing us.
8 miles.
32 miles.
No, that would be the Hamptons. Right? How long is Long Island?
Many?
Well, it takes 6 hours from one end to one end.
Yeah, but that's partially because traffic and other bullshit. Because there's almost always fucking traffic. It took me an hour to get to the res yesterday, give or take a few minutes. But I also stopped at 7-Eleven, so...
Where is it? Oh, there it is. OG Dune.
The... Not the... Was it Danny Villeneuve? No, he's the guy who just did the new one, right?
Dune.
Who did the original? What's his name?
Dune.
Because there's the one that didn't go through that they tried to make with what's his name.
Nope, it went through.
And then there's
It's that one. They're playing that.
Oh, okay. The original. Yeah, okay.
Oh, he did say the original, dude.
I know that movie sucks, but yeah, I might go see it.
Are you sure it sucks?
Everybody knows that the original OG Doom movie sucks.
Are you sure it sucks?
Whatever.
They're also doing Evil Dead 2, which might be kind of cool.
You know what's finally coming out this year that the Chainsaw Man movie?
Little Shop of Horrors. That's a Toku movie.
Well, one was actually based after that, so yes.
Kind of, yeah.
You cannot convince me that
Maybe
Biollante
more.
wasn't just a cheap knockoff.
No, the one
Yeah,
from
I
the
guess-
50s
Which we watched that one time.
with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, the one you're thinking of actually wasn't the original Little Shop of
Oh, no,
Horrors.
I know that.
The Rick
Okay.
Moranis version.
Well, here's the question. Have you ever seen the original play version?
I think once for Hofstra, for a school play, maybe. Memory serves.
I want you to know I wasn't born in the 1800s.
Well, I mean, the original it ends with Seymour with Audrey 2 eating everything.
Yeah.
I think.
Taking over the bridge. Very
No, it
famous
takes
scene.
over the.
Takes over the city, takes over the world, but it has a very famous, like,
I thought it was the Statue of Liberty.
that might be the original ending of the original one. I might be thinking of the original ending of
the
the
80s one.
the Rick Moranis version.
Yes, you're thinking of the deleted ending.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The
Which
one that tested poorly.
I believe came out on the recent Blu-ray set. The original ending.
Probably.
It wasn't finished, but it was mostly finished.
Either way, Toku.
Technically.
You know what's interesting? Watching like the deleted or unfinished scenes for movies where it's like there's like either like no score or like certain sound effects aren't there or like the voices are slightly washed out because they're not 100%.
My favorite is when like the CG isn't done.
Oh yeah, the
Like
CG
Shin Godzilla had one of my favorite ones. It was a cutscene where his third form stands up, and just looks at the screen, and that part's finished because it was in the film. But then it cuts to the unfinished part where you just see like a half-finished CGI mouth open up and like the worst like water physics ever just come out of his mouth because he's supposed to be like puking blood.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
That's not even puking, it's like water falling out of him.
I like the
Yeah, certain times they just weren't meant to be shot in that aspect ratio, you know?
Are you going back to something from last week?
Last week we didn't do anything.
No, when I picked you up from the airport and I was talking about aspect ratio.
No?
Whatever, you don't remember anything. Why am I... What? No, because my wife sent me the picture of like how they changed the aspect ratio in Angel whatever, and how you see certain things in the background now because of it. Or momentarily, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, no, aspect ratio, especially on TV shows from like the 90s to now, is interesting. There's like a lot of like off-screen like stuff you'll notice and everything that's like...
Well, video games are like that too. Like for like,
Oh yeah.
I think it's like either N64 or PS1 games. You could like hack them to give them full widescreen, like native widescreen. But there's stuff that's not supposed to be seen, so you can see shit like loading in and out on the sides.
Oh, I love that unfinished stuff. Or like they'll like give like a tiny mini game for like loading screens. Like, what was the one where if like you spun it, it like made the shells? What game was it where like when you spun the controller, it made the shell fly around? It was a PlayStation 2 game.
I don't know. The only loading screen thing that I got addicted to was the Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3 Haro. Every time I went to the Haro come down, if you timed it right, you hit it, it binged, and I got faster and faster.
Bing, bing, bing. Might have been a Dragon Ball Z game.
What was the game with the skeleton that we used to play?
Medieval 2. We never actually got the full game.
They remastered that.
You know, okay, so you know how we played that one? We played it on a PlayStation 1 demo disc.
The PlayStation Underground?
Was it an underground demo disc? Because like we got like 3 or 4 demo.
Super Monkey Ball.
Oh yeah, Monkey Ball
Those
was
are
good too. Yeah, we got like it was like a demo disc of like three or four demo discs, and they had like they would each have like 6 games on them, like Tekken 3, Siphone Filter, Super Monkey Ball, Legend of the Dragoon, and it'd only be like the first like level or 2, and you just sit there and play through, and
Yeah, the PlayStation Underground demos. I got like a
Oh,
collection of them at home.
those are great.
I got the one that I've been looking for a long time. The one that had the demo for Monsters Inc. I don't know why, but I played the shit out of that as a kid. I'm like, I need to find this demo disc. I have the game, but I just want the demo disc.
PlayStation 1 had like a lot.
I think it also had the Men in Black animated series game on it too.
We are the
Men in Black,
That song is not in the animated series.
Galaxy Defenders.
I like the animes. That whole era
The
of
animated series is
animation
pretty
series
good,
from the late 90s, fantastic.
I know,
like
I
the
know.
TV movie.
Godzilla, New York.
Yes, I have it.
Matthew Broderick.
I have it at home.
Yes, but the movie sucked, but the animated series was actually pretty on point.
Godzuki.
No, that's the original Hanna-Barbera one, and we can get into that one later.
Yeah.
Or we can not, because this is supposed to be Toku.
Yeah.
I mean,
So Ultraman,
we stumble.
What's an Ultraman?
a dude in a suit.
Specian Ray.
Isn't there a guy who kind of looks like a sperm head?
There's a lot of fucking aliens in Ultraman. To be fair, even in Ultra Q, because like I said, Tokusatsu is normally very cheaply made. In Ultra Q, one of the monsters was just a altered version of the original Gojira suit.
I think we're ever going to get the A Shin Sentai. We got Shin Kamen Rider. We got Shin Ultraman. We got Shin Gojira. We just need Shin.
Technically, we're getting Shin Gundam. Technically.
I know you already kind of got Shin Gundam now, but I'm talking like actual Shin.
Well, I'm saying because we have Shin Evangelion too.
But what is Shin?
So we're
Like new.
yeah. So Shin means new, basically, but I'm kind of referencing this. So the guy who makes Evangelion,
He made like 4 series, which are the Shin universe. Which they're not even in the same universe.
Are you
but that's
talking
what
about like
they're called.
Evangelion 3.33 or something like that?
Yes. So that was the first ones, the rebuild movies. That's the first of the Shin series.
so
Then you had Godzilla.
He did Godzilla?
Yeah, Shin
Godzilla.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The 2016.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Then he made Shin Ultraman, which is an absolute acid trip. And then Shin Kamen Rider.
That one just came out like 2 years ago, right?
Shin Kamen Rider?
That
Yeah.
was like last year or some shit.
And Godzilla
I think it
Singular
was
Point.
2 years ago. No, Singular Point was something different.
Yeah, that's a TV. That was an animated series for Netflix. Pretty good.
It's funny, though, the entire reason why it's all about physics is because the director was like a physics major.
That checks chart. I mean, look at Futurama, one of the smartest written shows on TV.
Done by a lot of the people who did The Simpsons. Not one of the smartest written TV shows.
Games
You
are
ever
good,
watched
though.
the third one the guy did?
Hit and Run?
What?
Yeah, Hit and Run's great.
Oh, Simpsons Hit and
What was
Run
the one
was-
before that I also liked?
How would I know what you liked?
It was the crazy
I don't
taxi
even know
clone.
what I like.
The crazy taxi clone.
Yeah, I think that was
Hit and Run.
No,
No.
Hit and Run is the GTA clone.
That's the one where you could get like the rocket car. I know the one you're talking about. There was 2 Simpsons driving games. There was the Hit and Run.
Hit and Run came
And
out.
then there's the one
it was the
before
last
that,
one.
which was-
the one before it was.
Hit and Run though was they almost didn't release it for a moment because they thought that the guys who wrote The Simpsons would not like the fact that Homer can kick Marge. But apparently, like
Road Rage.
Road Rage,
That's what
yeah,
it's called.
Simpsons Road Rage.
Simpsons Road Rage.
But apparently, like as they were like they showed like the Matt Groening like the moment, and he just ends up kicking Marge like all around Springfield, laughing his ass off. He's like, "No, this is awesome." He's just spending time as Homer kicking Marge. He's like, "Yeah, domestic violence simulator now apparently."
And then she's stuck in her animation the whole time.
The best was getting the rocket car and trying to like just launch yourself across the entire map in that game.
Those last 2 levels of that game are like the hardest fucking thing.
I don't think I've ever actually played it for the levels. Like you just dick around in games.
There were
too.
levels?
Yeah.
You know, there's another one where it was fun to just dick around with random vehicles. The Kirby
Saints
Racing.
Row.
I was gonna say the Kirby racing game for the GameCube.
Air Ride.
You remember that one?
To be fair, I'm not a fan of Air Ride, and I know people are going to fucking hate that I just said that, but I don't really like Air Ride.
Tell the people at home you hate Air Ride.
I don't like Air Ride.
Is that the one with the good music?
I mean, they all had pretty good music. Kirby barely like ever has bad music, ever.
What's the one that goes ba da 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 ba da 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 da?
No,
That's
I
the
think
wrong
you're
person.
thinking.
You know, it's just like an old Russian hymnal song or some shit.
Sure.
Yeah, no, the Tetris song is just old Russian music.
Wait, that's Tetris?
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum.
I thought we were doing Kirby.
Whatever. Anyway,
You know what you get when you mix Kirby and Tetris?
what?
Puyo Puyo.
Okay, I'm not sure I know Puyo Puyo off the top of my head, but if you show me it, I'd probably recognize it.
I think it's the one where you have to turn on the lights.
Is the one I'm thinking? Wait. Is
And you hop from square to square.
No, that's Cubert.
Yeah, it's Qbert.
That's Cubert. No, you know what I'm thinking? Dr. Mario. Was that the one that's also kind of like?
So Dr. Mario was based after Puyo Puyo, I think.
Was that all like a Tetris kind of clone too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also hits harder, has a shorter jump, and he has slightly different up B.
You're making a Smash Brothers reference.
I was
aren't
playing
you?
Smash Bros. Like an hour ago, and I totally forgot he was in the game.
He hits a little bit harder.
Talk about Smash. Well, it's obviously because of the steroids he prescribes himself.
He also has slightly heavier fall time, and he doesn't jump as high, nor is he as quick.
You know what's a movie I gotta get around to watching just because I've seen clips of it?
It's like Pit versus Dark Pit.
Have you ever seen clips for Tour de Pharmacy?
No.
Oh man, it's like this like mockumentary film from a little while back about it's like making a joke of like steroid abuse, but it's like during like supposed to be set during like the 80s Tour de France, and it has John Cena as just like this goofy German guy who's on steroids. His name's Gustav. And whenever they cut to like the present day Gustav is being played by Dolph Lundgren, I think.
Gustav, it's true you can bike fast.
Oh, you know the clip then?
Yeah,
Gustav can drive bike fast.
I've seen that clip.
It's cheetah blood, not it's blood of cheetah. He dopes himself with cheetah blood.
I don't know. All I know is
Just like the Gustav can ride fast. It makes me laugh. So
something big bad Beetleborgs?
kind of mentioned that.
So that's part of the
Metal
Hero
Hero
series in
Yeah.
Japan. Because I think the first season was Beef Fighter Kabuto.
Yeah, it was like the first one, and then they did like a second one that became like the shiny the
Metallics.
yeah, Beetleborg Metallics. And then they did a third one where it was like about kids playing sports with robots that would not have worked over here.
Well, no, that's not even like the third one. Like, by the time they got to Beef Fighter Kabuto, that's like 10, 15 years later after the original one. Because the original one was Space Sheriff Gavin.
Right. Well, no, because I was talking about like the ones that have like the bug theme too.
Well, there's a bunch of bug themed ones.
Oh yeah, but like I mean,
There's that one that's really popular in the Philippines. It's like the red beetle guy. He's like a goofy looking robot, and he turns into like a serious robot.
Yeah, that's the one. Wasn't that the one I was just referencing? Where they play,
No, that one had Jay Leno.
where they play sports. It's like
I guess I don't know.
It had Blue Jay Leno.
That's one of the few
That's
of
big
like
bad.
the Metal Heroes I didn't watch.
Big bad beetle.
It's hard to find
horse.
Metal Hero stuff with English subtitles.
Yeah.
Because like Beef Fighter, and then I forgot what the other one was. The one
you know who had
like
you know who,
only recently they finished subtitling it in English.
what's it called? Shout sometimes puts it out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And then there's another channel I follow that's like all official Toku, but they only play like it's either like area restricted or they'll only give you like the first 2 episodes. Like they only put like the first 2 episodes of Jiraiya on there. And I was like, are you fucking kidding
They
me?
did that with. There was one I really liked where they're like police. It's
Was
like
it John Person? I love me. John Person fights for justice.
No, it's like one human dude and then 2 robots. The human dude drives in, like, I think it was like a Camaro, like a IROC.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm just trying to think. It's like I think it was
John
like an
Person.
IROC.
I am the least helpful person in this situation.
Oh, yeah, John Person. I liked that one. So John Person.
Winspector, that's what it was called.
Well, okay, I think I know. Yeah,
Winspector.
Winspector. Yeah, no, John Person. It's basically like RoboCop, but like he's not like a cyborg. He's just straight up an android, and he's like an android cop, and he's like his whole thing is he's supposed to be fighting like this like evil organization of like other like kind of bad robots and other stuff, and he'll just show up and start blasting. He's like, he just shows up, presents his badge, just draws his gun, and just starts shooting everything that's inside.
Well, old Tokusatsu is great. Like, for the most part, their stories were kind of meh. They were just like, throw all the explosions on screen you can.
No, literally the second episode, though, they take a bunch of robots, disguise them as normal civilians around the city, and Jan Person just drives around blasting away what looks like normal citizens. And you're just like, no! And he's like, then all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, no, these are robots. So you think he's just innocent.
Also, Toku is just some of the weirdest shit ever.
Oh man, Toku gets
Like, some of the villains in Toku are hysterical.
Was it like Starfish Hitler?
Starfish Hitler and Kamen Rider.
Starfish Hitler!
I love the effect when he first appears. Is like just like a foam starfish just thrown on. Then it explodes and he just comes up and salutes, and you're like,
Starfish Hitler.
what the fuck am I watching?
You know what's a good one?
Or the fact that there's a coffin with a swastika on it and Kamen Rider comes out of it. You're like, excuse me, what?
You see the clip from, what's it called? Zubat or whatever it is? Where the guy throws the boomerang and it causes everybody's pants to fall off. And it also makes the sign that the other guy chopped in half magically just get fixed.
Why does this all sound like a Bobobo episode?
Because Bobobo probably steals a lot from Tokusatsu. Yeah, I think Bobobo stole a lot from Toku.
A lot takes from Toku.
Oh yeah, there's Toku references everywhere,
Everywhere.
especially in Japanese media. Like
Tokuhatsu is a style, not a.
it's
like-
it is
Yeah.
technically like the style of filmmaking and everything, yes, but like
Well, like the genre, I'm saying a lot of people take reference to it.
yeah, like you already said, Beautiful Joe, which is a whole video game, nothing but basically Toku references
And anime.
and anime, but like a lot of anime. Like there's also like animated Toku. Like they did like a whole redo series of Kamen Rider W.
No, that was the sequel series.
Wait, that was supposed to be a sequel
It
series.
takes place after the original series.
Okay.
Go Loser Rangers is
Was it just as gay?
More gay,
Yes.
I think you're thinking of Go Loser Ranger.
which is a reference to
That's
Tokusatsu.
also a reference.
Or the Red Ranger gets
It's
isekai.
also a
Also
Tokusatsu
a
reference.
I do kind of like though the theming for the Isekai Ranger, animal band-aids. The Kizuna, like
What's
Yeah.
the isekai with the pro wrestler?
Oh, that's a good. He just He just does he lariat or does he
Suplex.
He German
he just
suplexes
suplexes
them.
the princess? That's good.
Something mask.
Oh yeah.
That
That's,
was a
mask.
fun one.
Kimono Mini?
That was a fun one.
That was good.
what's the other one? Where, like the guy's too cautious, so he spends like 1,000 years doing sit-ups. and
Cautious
push-ups.
Hero.
Overly cautious hero.
The one goddess tries to like come after him, and he's like, "No, you're not getting my semen."
Yeah. Overly cautious hero. He gets
was
to
a
like
good show.
level 1000 just to fight a slime.
And then you get to like the last episode, you're like, wow, that's a fucked up reason why he actually is overcautious. You're like, okay.
Are we going to spoil it, or we don't want to spoil it?
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
We could spoil it.
Yeah. The show's been out for what, like 7 years now?
I don't know. Okay,
Yeah, it's
fine,
because he
let's
got
spoil
herpes.
it. Okay. He got isekai herpes.
I mean, a world exploding, herpes, about the same thing. Yeah.
Wait, his world explodes?
Well, the world that he originally came from basically failed.
So wait, is he?
So
from our-
the goddess was actually one of his lovers from the past, and she turned into a goddess later, but she doesn't have her memories. That's why he fights
Neither
so
does
hard
he.
for her. Yeah, it's very complex for no reason at the end. It was good though. I enjoyed it.
You know, it was
He
real.
shows up in Isekai Quartet.
I'm waiting on 300 Years of Killing Slimes for season 2.
You know, it was really complex.
It's supposed to be coming out
story-wise.
this season, I think.
It was either this season or next season. I'm happy that's getting a season 2.
Yeah.
You know what just came out that was a real complex story? The Bahneko. The Bahineko, where it's like the cat. It's actually secretly a giant monster.
Oh, Behemoth. Yeah.
Yeah, the Behemoth Neko.
I read the novels a long time ago.
Just got done watching that one. That was a lot of substance of plot there.
They skipped a lot.
I could tell. You could tell. But then again, light novels like that, they almost rarely get good done.
Well, Overlord also cut a lot, but I still enjoy the Overlord anime.
Yeah, but
You know what I didn't appreciate?
Overlord's actually serious. Though.
Season 3 of that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Oh, you mean where half the season was about them talking at tables?
Over half!
They Star
My
Wars
friend
it?
defends that so hard. He's like, it's not boring. It's all world building. I'm like, it's boring. They could have at least stood up and walked while they were explaining shit.
Nope.
Are we at least getting a season 4?
Yeah, season 4 in a movie.
6 seasons in a movie?
Community.
Well, the novel's ending soon.
Is it really?
Yeah, the next volume is the last one.
You know what just got a new volume out? The manga for Vampire Hunter D. They're doing.
Did you see they're doing a screening of the movie?
Yeah, I already got tickets for that shit.
Okay, I was gonna bring that up to you.
I'm wondering.
Maybe that's what it was. I think they were doing a Vampire Hunter D.
well,
The cinema thingy.
well, one of because she's my wife works with the movie theaters. She's got tickets through one of the ones of. Yeah. Not
Is it
that,
the first or
it's
the
not
second
that
one?
one. It's going to be. It's the first.
She
one.
got some pull.
She got tickets to the one that's showing it. I think it's the one of by the racetrack is showing it.
I would love to see the second movie in theaters because that art style was gorgeous.
Considering it's the 25th anniversary of the film this year, they might do it later this year
Makes sense.
because it's the 40th anniversary of the first movie. Last year was the 40th anniversary of the books. And then this year it's also the 25th anniversary of Bloodlust, because Bloodlust came out in 2000. So they might. It's a 50-50. I was talking to Jackson. I was hoping they do an anniversary MTG thing because they also have a mono for the Final Fantasy stuff. He's saying that if anything, it'd be coming out next year, though. Which wouldn't work time. Why are you flipping me off like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I was confused.
Because I mentioned MTG?
Yes, here it is. April 10th. The 40th anniversary screening.
Is that at the cinema one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, again, I've already said I have it for like one of the AMCs. It's not my fault. She bought them like a month and a half ago when they first dropped.
Well, you know what? I don't want to hear it. I'm inviting Tom.
Okay, you guys go have fun. I'll join you. Fuck it.
Nope, you're not invited.
Fine, then I won't.
The 10th, you said?
It's 3 tonights. It's 9th, 10th, and the 11th, I think.
For him.
Which is I'm guessing Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Probably.
I think so, yeah.
It might be Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
But that's
Sometimes they do that.
Is it just the one night for them, though?
I think.
Whatever.
I just had it.
I mean,
That's a Thursday.
Thor's Day.
A day for Thor.
A day I could make it.
Could it? Could not?
Actually, a lot of anime movies tend to screen like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday around here. I've noticed that. Because the last two I saw, the Dan one I think I saw on Thursday. And then the one before that was the Demon Slayer one they did for the Swordsmith Village arc.
I saw that.
And that was on a Tuesday, I
state.
think. Yeah, I think, for whatever reason, anime movies tend to be like a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday thing around here.
I forgot what day I saw
Wonder why.
Gundam.
I really wish I had saw the Gundam. That was all my to-do
That
list.
was...
I don't care if it's bad.
My
I just
girl-
want to see it.
My girl...
What, the Shars Gundam?
The new one. No, not Char's Counterattack.
So wait, was it G Cucks or was
G-Quux.
it
Oh, he's getting cucked?
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
I mean...
Wait. So the alternate thing where Shark gets the Gundam, is that its own separate like movie or short, or is that like a part of like the G Cucks thing?
It's the beginning of the story.
I'm aware it's the beginning of the story because it's an alt universe. I'm saying, is it like its own 30-minute special, or like is it like similar, or do like we'll be playing at the beginning of G Cucks also?
Well, supposedly this was just supposed to be like
The first 3 episodes.
The prologue of it.
The thing in theaters.
Yeah, and then I think the anime is supposed to go from the end of. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we only have like a week or two left before episode 1 comes out, so whatever.
I just want to know like because like with what's it called? They had that prologue episode for what's it called?
Was it Witch?
Yeah, for Witch they had the prologue.
You mean the one that was actually good?
The prologue? Yeah.
That prologue was better than the whole series, and I'm sad.
I liked I mean,
season 1 was okay.
My biggest problem was they kind of rushed it a little bit for season 2. Like they could have. I feel like it could have been a longer anime. They should have done it a little bit longer.
I almost felt like Sunrise had no faith in a female main character.
I don't even think it's the fact that they had no faith in.
It's the shortest Gundam series. The 2 that got canceled were longer.
I think that also just has to do with the fact that they're just going down to shorter anime runs now in general, though.
No, but
There's
like
a lot of series.
The last
that will be longer
Gundam
also.
series was a normal length.
Which one was the one before that?
Iron-Blooded Orphans. Iron-Blooded Orphans it ended in 2017.
Well,
it wasn't that long ago.
Wow, that isn't that long ago. Sheesh.
In the grand scheme of things.
It's not that long ago, yeah. I mean, but then you also have like the 3, 4 like Build Fighter series. Is it 3 or 4?
Yeah, but those are spin-off series. They're not like mainline Gundam series.
You could almost argue that that's kind of one long continuous series.
Yeah.
It is 4. It's
yeah, it's Build Fighters, Build Fighters Tried, Build Divers, and
Build Divers Re-Rise. And they're all one continuous technical series.
Divers is confusing if it's a sequel to Build Fighters, because they don't reference anything from Build Fighters.
I don't know. They do with the one episode where he where he goes and has to fight an original Rise Build Fighters table because the guy was trying to hack the system.
Yeah, but it doesn't have anything with the Gunpla particles.
Does it not mention the gun?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
I could have sworn that the gun ball, because the
So how does this tie in with Toku? Because that is what we started with.
So there was a movie made in Canada in the 90s.
that's technically a Toku Gundam movie.
Yes. Which I finally bought a new DVD of it. It only took me 20 years.
It took you.
G-Savior. It's a live action Gundam.
We don't
from
talk about that
Canada,
much.
which is canon and not canon at the same time.
Is it canon to UC or no?
It takes place in UC 200 something. So it's after Victory.
I thought it took. But wait, doesn't G Reconquista also take place in UC technically?
No, it takes place after UC. So after the Universal Century ends, is Reconquista in G.
There's no way that G Savior is only in the 200s. It should be like in the 3 or 4s by then.
Well, the
Like,
fact that
the Earth is flooded. Or some shit.
F91 takes place only 30 years after Hathaway.
Well,
I
F91
still
takes
have
place
no
in
idea what's
Universal.
going on.
Wait, no.
It's like 125, I think, is F91.
Right.
And Hathaway is like 109,
Is it
105.
Really?
Yeah. I just watched it at a convention with my friend, and I had to explain to them when this takes place in the timeline.
See, because the problem is like, there's also like a lot of kind of partial alt universes to the Universal Century that, like, for example, Origin technically isn't canon to UC.
Neither is Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt, but at the same time, yeah.
Oh, General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. I got you. Now I know where we are.
Well, technically, neither is Unicorn and Hathaway. Because they're supposed to take place after the novel version of Char's Counterattack.
Really?
Somehow this became a Gundam episode.
Huh.
It always leads back to Gundam.
Kinda.
Except when we were talking about Sonic and his feet.
Or Christian.
I mean, we can move on from Ultraman to the next big Tokusatsu.
Sure. Which I think was Big Bad Beetleborg,
No,
right?
it's Kamen Rider.
Big Bad
Kamen Rider.
Beetle
I think they came out in 74.
I still
think.
one of my favorites is just the from the superhero Taizen, the one with Kamen Rider Decade and Go Kaiju fighting. It was just the one guy, Kamen Rider Decade. Just the way he says it is like he puts so much emphasis on it.
I mean, they do that a lot.
You ever see that one I'm talking about? The one it's like all the Super Sentai and all the fighting.
I've seen it.
It's a good one. It's all right, yeah.
I mean, Decade's my favorite rider, so of course I've seen it.
Was it a Decade or was it?
So,
the
what
end
separates Kamen Rider from like other, like, because we're talking about eras, I guess.
Not
Like this is a Toku era. We got
Well,
Godzilla.
Ultraman was
Kinda,
like
sorta, not really.
the original TV show Tokusatsu, to the point where Toho, the company that made Godzilla, tried to copy it later with Zone Fighter,
Oh right, yeah.
which is like Ultraman but in the Godzilla universe. But like, so that was like the 70s.
Okay.
Was like Ultraman, Zone Fighter era, and then you had like the 80s. Mid 70s, I'd be Kamen Rider started, but then it kind of picked up steam later, like towards the 80s.
I mean, a
Sure.
lot of
And
Toku
what
started in
is
the 70s.
what is Kamen Riders for the
So, Kamen
the
Rider-
people
It was
that
originally
don't
based
understand?
off a manga.
I think the manga came out after.
No, I think the manga came first actually.
I'm not sure with him,
It
with the creator,
'Cause
because I'm pretty sure he wrote
he-
the show first, and then he wrote the manga. 'Cause
But
he
what
wanted to
is
do a
it?
different story.
I think he like tried to.
It's
pitch
like
it.
a story of like a cyborg,
So a guy gets
superhero.
kidnapped by an evil organization and turns into a cyborg
and he looks
So-
like a bug.
when he's upset. Looks like a grasshopper. So he was cyborged to have like grasshopper abilities, which is to jump and kick really hard because grasshoppers are known for kicking really hard. So
And he rides a motorcycle.
and before they can brainwash him into being a super soldier or whatever, into their, he gets escaped, and then he vows to fight the evil organization, which is called Shocker, and they're an offshoot of the Nazis.
Yeah, like the villain group.
Yeah, so they're like evil like Nazis that make animal themed make animal-themed cyborgs. And so he gets a motorcycle and
he beats up Spider-Man in episode 1.
yeah, he beats up the
Man-Spider.
Man-Spider. Anyway, yeah, so he then spends the rest of his time trying to fight the evil organization that turned him into a...
But that show was made by probably the most famous studio for when it comes to tokusatsu,
At one point, he dies and becomes a brain in a jar.
which is Toei.
Everybody loves the brain in a jar, especially when it starts shooting sparks.
Toei does many a thing.
Too many things.
Tammy and the T-Rex reference.
But yeah, they're the ones who also make like other big name ones, like the Metal Hero series, the Super Sentai series.
Did they do Garo, or is that separate?
I think Gar's its own thing.
Is it his own thing?
Yeah.
We'll get into Garo eventually, like its own episode, especially if I could get the VA guy. Because
You know, I didn't have the money, but I saw
the sword.
yeah.
Where was it?
It was at the convention. I saw it. I was like, oh, that's cool. I don't have the money.
I would have Venmo'd you the money so you could buy it for me.
I mean, half the con I didn't have my glasses on, so I couldn't see much.
Well, next time if you see it, tell me, and I will
Yeah.
PayPal you money, and you could get it from me.
You know.
So no, my wife got the one that came out not long ago, the Master Sword one, and it came with a fucked up sound box, and we're trying to get
It
them.
was made by Bandai, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. Not
We're
surprising.
trying to get them to replace it, and they just kind of left us on red email wise.
Well, if you ever want stuff like that, buy it through a guy called Tokollectibles.
I know Tokolite.
No, I'm saying because if you do, you get 2. So you get the original fucked up one, and you get the fixed one. All you have to do is pay for shit.
No, because I went to go buy the Garo sword from Tokollectibles, but he was sold out by the time
I saw him at the convention.
Yeah, no, that's why I was like,
I've
dude,
met him multiple times. He's a super nice guy.
Yeah, I met him at the MMC once or twice. He's a nice guy.
Super
It's just,
nice dude.
I'm like, dude, you guys got any Garo stuff? No, and whatever we get, it either sells out or never sells, so we just get rid of it. I'm like, fuck. So yeah, the sword's on my list. The talking rings on my list.
I will cry if they don't make Zero swords. I want them so bad.
It is an anniversary year, so it might be on the table.
Yeah.
That's why.
I laughed that he's a singer.
Yeah.
And he sings in 3 different languages.
Yep. He also does it. That's a big thing with him when he does his Toku shows. He'll talk in
Because he was born in America, I think.
Was he born in America?
I think that's why he knows English so well.
He speaks English,
And then he
French,
moved to
and
Japan.
Japanese, yeah.
And then he started acting when he was in high school.
I love when he did. I loved when the one he did with the spin-off one where the one villain would speak to him in English, so he'd reply back in French. That was a good bit. You are very annoying. Oh, speaks something back in French to him. That's a good bit. I liked that joke. But yeah, no, okay. So if you've seen Blood Sea, he was the guy who did the opening for Blood Sea, which actually does all 3 languages in it. If you hear the whole song, it's Dust, I think, or no, the band is Dust.
Dust, I think.
The song is Spirals, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's a 3-verse song, and each verse he sings either English, French, or Japanese. Yeah. It's a good song.
But yeah, Kamen Rider's still going.
Oh yeah, I like the new one because it's
so fucking dark for how kiddie it looks.
I was gonna say no. The evil rider is cola gummy themed.
Yeah.
And I love cola flavored stuff. So I'm like, yeah, that's all.
So the other big thing with Kamen Rider for their gimmick is like belts. That's how they transform into their superheroes.
So they'll all have like a theme gimmick for the series. Like one will be like this one right now is like candy and sweets. One of them was like swords and blades. Another one was ghosts.
Swords and magic books.
Yeah, magic books, right, the magic books. That had one of my favorite bits where the main Kamen Rider himself became the sword for a giant mech. I loved that bit. I'm like, oh, that's actually cool. Must have a headache after that, though, getting swung around, beating people with your sword head.
And it's better than being ridden, because there's 2 Kamen Riders that turn into bikes.
Wasn't there a Kamen Rider that turns into a car?
No, but there's one that drives a car. And I feel bad for the suit actor trying to get in and out of that. Because it's not a big car. It was a Honda NSX that they put like a body kit on.
You know what I love? You ever see the Corvettes with the Mach 5 body kits?
Mm-hmm.
Those are cool. I want one.
Did you know in the American Power Rangers for the Turbo movie, the red one was a Pontiac Fiero that they put an entire custom shell on top of it. And the Pink Rangers was a Honda Civic that had a custom body on it.
I feel like all of them are just cars with custom bodies.
They are, but I'm just saying I found out what the original bodies.
Wasn't one of them
cars.
like supposed to be like a Jeep or whatever? It was like a...
I forgot what the list was. Those are the only two that like stick with me.
No, because I think the blue one was like the Jeep and it came back later in space.
Well, it's not
Briefly.
a Jeep. It was more like a.
Hummer, maybe? No, this is pre-Hummers. Well, not technically
No.
pre-Hummer, like
I forgot what they used as the base for it, but
Hummers being like a big...
I think the movie was a Jeep that they used as a base, but the vehicle it was based after wasn't a Jeep because it has a pickup bed in the back.
I mean, Jeeps can have pickup
Some of them,
beds.
but not like that one. Also, I think in Japan all of them were based after
It
Japanese
was like
cars.
the Red Racer and like Blue Thunder or whatever it was.
So it was Red Lightning, Blue Thunder. No, it was Mountain Blaster.
Mountain Blaster, right?
Dune Star.
Dunes. So that'd be like a dune buggy. Dune buggies are cool.
One of them was a minivan, which is just funny to me.
You know what's thinking of dune buggies? There was a whole ass cartoon series that was like a fucking Scooby-Doo ripoff, where the talking thing was a talking dune buggy.
I remember that one.
Like Jabberjaw, it's a talking shark. You got Scooby-Doo, it's a talking dog, and then also you just got a talking fucking dune buggy. Like what the shit?
I mean, it's not as weird as the fucking Inspector Gadget movie car with the fucking lips for a bumper.
Oh, oh man, dude, the sequel movie too was so weird because they made like a fully android female cop, and then not Matthew Broderick is like, I'm gonna fuck that android cop. Like what the shit? Like she's like, I mean, like he was a human at one point, although it could be argued.
We're not gonna lie, but the fucking Happy Meal toy of that is like the best thing ever.
Oh yo, the Happy Meal, the
I don't remember, was it McDonald's or Burger King?
it was McDonald's, and it was like it had like the two arms,
The limbs.
the legs, the torso, and then there was like a head and hat.
There's a store locally that has one. I want to buy it so bad.
Oh man, and
It's
then
the
it was
full
also
set.
a belt.
Yep.
The belt was like a watch.
And the
yeah.
helicopter fucking hat.
Yep. Got a lot of the hat for some reason, I think.
Yeah.
Cause like it's interesting, cause like back in the day, like they'd either like only send like they'd have like when they had the toys, they'd only send like a certain amount to each store, and then like some stores would get like certain ones, some stores
Well,
wouldn't.
they did that recently with the Yu-Gi-Oh one. I was never able to find Raw.
Really?
Yeah, it was the only one me and my girlfriend could never fucking find.
Because I remember when they did like the Beanie Babies, it would be like there was like a
God, that's
website.
like nightmare fuel. Just bring that back.
There was like a website that would track the McDonald's and like what Beanie Babies they would get at the McDonald's, so you'd know which one to go to collect them and shit. And I remember because I think I ended up checking it once out of curiosity, saw they had the White Tiger one at the one locally, so I was like, let's go get that one.
Yeah.
PTSD for Beanie Babies. That was an era that we should never bring back.
Sure. I remember that.
I mean,
We already brought it back. Funko Pops are a thing.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, they're just as terrible.
Yeah.
Arguably worse, because at least Beanie Babies you can look at and you just don't go, that's hideous.
I mean, at least with the Funko Pops, like getting like
99% of them are hideous.
yeah, but I don't mind the whole you could have the box signed kind of thing by like voice actors.
No,
and thing. Like,
voice
that's
actors are literally so sick of them. They're like, no, fuck off, no pop figures. Like they literally have it on certain things.
Oh, I know, I've seen it.
They're like, fuck you.
I have a couple signed Funko Pop. Well, my wife has a couple signed Funko Pops.
I don't know. I like the one that I got.
And that is.
It was one of those can ones that they did.
Oh yeah, I think I got it was like a Hulk one. I think I got you.
Ratfink.
Ratfink, yeah. You also got the 2 dinosaur skeleton ones we got you.
I sure do have those.
It's dinosaur themed. You know my wife.
I have one, and it's just because it was given to me.
Yep.
I got a whole bunch. I don't mind them.
I am actually buying 2 of them, and I hate the fact that I have to buy 2 of them. But they're doing the dragons from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds.
Okay.
So they already had Stardust.
He's nuts.
And now they're doing Black Rose. So my girlfriend wants one, and I want one.
I know it exists. I've seen it every now and again. I've been meaning to get the Patrick Bateman one. And then you know which actually one I kind of wanted? They did Anthony Hopkins Van Helsing from the Dracula movie. Arguably one of my favorites. Because Anthony Hopkins, if you've seen the Francis Ford Coppola Dracula movie, he just chews the shit out of the scenery as Van Helsing the whole movie. Like, him and Gary Oldman are just having the fucking time of their lives being Dracula and Van Helsing in that movie. And even if you say it's like a terrible movie because like Keanu Reeves was doing like a shit accent or whatever, or just like it wasn't true to the books, you gotta always like sit there and watch Gary Oldman Dracula and fucking Anthony Hopkins Van Helsing having the absolute shit show time of their lives. You go, this isn't a bad film because of that. This is a fun film. Well, anytime Anthony Hopkins gets to just chew the shit out of the scenery in a film, it's good. I mean, look at fucking Silence of the Lambs. Look at him in that one Transformers movie he did. When he gets blown...
Oh, he was like high as a kite in that fucking movie.
When he gets blown up...
And that's the last scene he's in. He's just gone. You're like,
gets
okay.
blown the fuck... He is chewing the scenery, just ragdolling through the air.
There was no point of him being there, too. He just, like, walks off into the middle of the field, and he just gets fucking blown up by, like, a random background character.
That, and then one... What's his name? The guy from... The guy in the movie before that, when he gets blown the fuck up.
Oh, the not Shaggy guy.
Yeah, the not Shaggy guy.
He gets obliterated.
He gets incinerated into a carbonized statue, and they show it from like 4 different angles at once. For whatever reason, this guy getting atomized necessitated...
was so important that they had to show it at like
4
7
different-
angles.
Yeah. That was... I don't know why.
Those 2 movies are terrible, but they have some funny moments.
Oh, man.
Not even on purpose, honestly.
The age of consent moment? Oh, my God. What the shit was that?
The fucking Romeo and Juliet
Oh,
clause.
why? Why, Michael Bay?
The worst part is when you do the math on when their relationship started, you're like,
It's still not even right. Oh, man. He hasn't joined us the entire time. Sorry. Just pointed that out to Jackson, because Jackson, he pretends like he doesn't care, but he actually cares.
I have no idea what you're talking about
so
with these
Toei,
Transformers.
as a company, they make a lot of tokusatsu to this day.
Are they also Toei Animation?
Fuji TV, Fakura,
I'm pretty sure they're the same company, just different
Different
studios.
sections.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So then they're responsible for Dragon Ball.
Rock the Dragon, Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, that works. It was done, I think,
Ron
by
Wasserman, yeah. I
the
already
Power Ranger guy.
I googled it. It's Ron Wasserman 100.
Yeah.
You know that guitar riff.
I mean, you went for the Power Rangers, and I went for Rock the Dragon, but okay.
Yeah, that guitar shred, only him and Buckethead can pull that shit off. No, there's other people who can. It's just
Definitely. Definitely.
you know.
He also did the guitar in the X-Men animated series opening.
Yeah, he did. He did a lot of stuff from that era. If you
X-Men 97?
The original one,
yeah.
but yes.
Yeah, he did a lot of openings. He's all over the place.
It's the same guy, yeah.
Yeah, just like Google Ron Wasserman. He's all over the place in like the 90s and the early 2000s.
He's literally the meme is like, oh, it's just a kid show. You don't have to go that hard, and then makes the hardest shit ever.
Yep, him, Phil Collins that one time. The guy who does You Got a Friend? No, I'm joking.
Paul Newman.
Yeah, Paul Newman. There you go. Left foot, right foot.
I'm pretty sure that's not his name. I'm pretty sure Paul Newman is the like race car driver that also has like
Is it Gary?
Newman's Own.
Is it Gary Newman? It might be Gary Newman.
Randy.
Randy Newman? Whatever. In the
Pretty
chat,
sure it's Randy Newman.
who's the guy who does the Disney films named Newman? Whatever.
You got
A friend in me.
Yeah.
friend in me is Randy Newman.
Okay, it is. Okay, whatever.
Toy Story has probably one of the best video games from a movie ever. Toy Story 2.
Oh, yeah, Lion King. I got you. Where it had that DVD, VHS video game?
No, not
thing?
that one.
Oh, yo, remember those? Where they'd have like, you get like the VHS, and it was like it'd have like the first.
And it had a
episode.
second VHS.
And it had like a second and the whole second VHS would be like explaining the most convoluted fucking board game you'll ever play.
Well, no. I was talking about like it would have. You have to use the volume and the this and the that to jump around and shit.
Yeah. They had one for gargoyles.
That was the third Cybertruck I've seen go by.
Might be the same one.
No, the other one had like a black wrap on it. That one was the silver.
I like the name Wankin' Panzer for those things. That's a good one. Carrying on, but what Wankin' Panzer is just a good name. It's fun.
There
to
was
say.
an orange VHS.
Was that for? Oh, that was for
Nickelodeon stuff.
the Nickelodeon shit. Yeah.
I have a copy of the Jimmy Neutron movie on VHS at home.
You know what I just found out? VHSs can like get moldy to where you have to like clean them and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
DVDs can rot.
Well, I know that.
Yeah. Which, unfortunately, when I went to Book Off and I was looking through a bunch of the DVDs, I was like, nope.
You heard about Book Off in Manhattan?
No, the closer one.
There's a closer one now?
That's a big one. You know where the old Toys R Us used to be?
Vaguely, yeah.
You know there's a Staples all the way in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a store next door to it.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Put that on
Yeah,
my
I know these things.
color that to my to-do list.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
And then there's Super Sentai.
Then
Yes.
there's more.
Which eventually Heinz Saban picked up and made
Became
into Power Rangers.
As we,
To be fair, Kamen Rider was picked up by Heinz Saban too and made Mask Rider.
yeah, although that wasn't the original Kamen Rider. That was Kamen Rider Black Sun.
RX.
Was it RX?
It was RX.
And then there's Madoku Magica.
Was it Black Sun RX or just Black?
No, it was Black RX.
Right.
Black Sun is the Amazon series,
Right.
which is really gory, and I really liked it. Except the ending. The ending was really weird.
Well, no, because there was the original Kamen Rider Black.
So there's Black RX, and then there's the remake of Black called Black Sun.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And,
Yeah.
And then there's Puritang.
Which was done entirely by Louis C.K. of all people, which both checks chart and surprises the shit out of me. We'll get back to that. Anyway, yeah, no. So
Super Sentai.
Super Sentai, yeah. So that one a lot of people know as like Power Rangers, and that's like also like themed costumes, giant mechs, and all
That was what, 20 years in?
Yeah, no, that didn't start until like arguably almost like their 20th
Because I think
season.
77 is when. No, hold on. 75.
This year's
75. So because this year's the 50th
this year's
anniversary.
Yep.
Because I think Kamen Rider was 74.
And they're bringing back the gimmick where they could use old Sentai powers again.
Not as much. They actually have to fight the old Sentai.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a battle royale. It's actually pretty decent.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
Also has the best intro to any Ranger I've ever seen ever. Period.
And it's not.
It's the Yellow Ranger. Motherfucker walks in with a grand piano on his shoulder, slams it down, plays it, and starts singing about his god, which is the Megazord.
I like the where they revealed the Green Ranger's an old guy. Just recently. That's funny. He's an old man.
It's also the first Black Ranger that was a woman. Full time.
Okay, yeah.
King Oger had the first one, but it was only for like 20 seconds.
Right, because she was purple. No.
No. At the end of the series, the original kings before them come back from the dead, and Black and Purple take the swords from their Rangers, and then they transform. And the previous Black King Oger was a woman.
I had to say, I do like the Rita from King Oger.
Rah!
She's a good character.
She's my spirit animal. Just yells when she's angry all the time.
Rah!
Gets stressed, yells into the void.
Well, technically, it's not she. It's
No, it is she.
I thought she was the character's supposed to be non-binary though.
She was part of the female talk group.
Well,
The
the actress.
No. The character was part of the female talk group.
Okay, because I thought they were trying to make the character supposed to be a non-binary thing when they were doing it, but I guess they decided against that.
She literally goes full idol in one episode.
Okay.
Skirt and everything.
The way you think I watched the full series?
You should. It's
on my
arguably
to-do
one of the
list.
best seasons
It's
ever.
on my to-do list, but no, the way I could have sworn I read when the character was described, which was supposed to be 9, but I guess I'm whatever. Anyway, carrying on.
Well, she originally even tried out for the Yellow Ranger. Nope.
Arguably, she was better cast for the purple one,
Oh, 100%.
or violet, or whatever it's supposed to be technically.
They didn't actually call them by color, so.
I think they call them mostly by insect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, it's a good one. I like the design-wise for whatever reason. I kind of enjoy the cube one.
Those were good.
So, since we've already been going for almost an hour and 20 minutes and barely talked about anything,
Not necessarily.
I'm going to ask for some recommendations to put out to the crowd.
As like a first step in or just in general?
Sure. Whatever you want to take that as.
I mean, you could start.
Best Tokusatsu I've seen in forever, King Oger. Osama Sentai King Oger, which was the Super Sentai from 2 years ago.
I mean, if you're an adult and kind of want to jump in, I'd almost recommend Garo.
Garo's good.
It's because it's its own self-contained toku.
So is Black Sun. Black Sun's really good.
Like if you want like your own, like if you're an adult can handle some boobies and some mild gore, Garo
boobies.
because it's just its own self-contained.
There's tits in the opening.
Yeah.
You can't avoid it.
He said boobies.
It's an adult toku. It ran at midnight on purpose.
Yep.
I mean, because with Sentai, technically you have like 50 years of history. So, I mean, you don't have to necessarily like really get into it to jump into it, but at the same time, there's like a lot of baggage. Or with Garo, it's only been like 25 years, and it's mostly just, there's like only like 5 or 6 actual series anyway.
Well, I mean, most Sentai is just standalone by itself.
Mostly, yeah. There's some that like the anniversary ones, and there's like
And then the crossover episodes.
the Tyson stuff.
Well, most of them after O Ranger had like a crossover episode every season with the previous year.
Well, yeah, although they usually used to be like the Tyson movies, though, right?
No, they had like a episode specifically that was a crossover one.
Okay, because I thought it originally started off with like as it was supposed to be like Super Sentai versus Tyson stuff.
No, like O Ranger's from the 90s. That's what Zeo was.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Orange.
How about this? I'll give recommendation one for like each genre of it. Well,
Sure.
series.
Of the major
Yeah.
series.
Well, Godzilla is a Godzilla. You can watch
Yeah,
any of
you
them.
can watch any Godzilla, really, almost any. Yeah.
Ultraman, I really like. My favorite is Nexus, but the one that I would recommend is Tiga, which we got like the first 20 episodes in English, and it was horribly done by 4 kids, but
I mean, if you really want to start Ultraman, you can watch that movie that's just put out on
No.
Netflix.
no.
You didn't
Oh,
like the-
Shin?
No.
Gotcha.
No, I'm talking about the that cartoon one that just came out. Didn't like it?
I despise it. It's so bad. For me, at
Because
least.
it's too cutesy?
I just don't like it. I mean, to be fair, the 2 Ultraman series I like are the more serious ones, which is Tiga and Nexus.
Have you watched the animated series sequel one with his son? He's in a suit instead.
Mm-hmm.
I started the final season. I got to get around to finishing it. Watched the first 2.
But yeah, so Ultraman Tiga is a good one. For Kamen Rider, a nice easy one to just jump into is Forze, because it's a good it's lighthearted, but it's still, got decent. It's like a school story. So it's pretty good. And then
Is Forze the one where he's like it's space themed, or is that
space themed.
Right.
He's the one where it's the punk who
Well,
wants to be friends with everyone.
Well, because I'm thinking, is there's also like Kamen Rider 4s where it's like he's coin themed or whatever, or am I thinking of
No, O's.
O's? Okay.
He was the season before.
Okay.
Because it's double O's, Forze, and then Wizard? Because they went numbered ordered. So it was 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wizard 5. Okay.
5 rings. Then the lock seeds look like a 6.
And Super Sentai?
King Oger. That was the one I recommended before. Osama Sentai, King Oger. That one's fantastic.
And then Garo?
Well, Garo in itself is just Garo, Garo Makai Senki, Garo, the flower one, the Garo, the one that's where it's in the future technically.
Garo would just start with the original. Because
Yeah.
the original is a nice set point.
And they they re-released it in an HD upscaling too recently.
That's good.
'Cause-
B-Fighter, Space Sheriff Gavin's good, especially the remake movies.
Actually, you know what? Garo is actually, they have an official Garo channel on YouTube where they, if you can, some of them will have the English subtitles, some of it doesn't. So
There's also other Toku that wasn't made by like the main group, like Toei and stuff. Like
heck, we
there's
didn't even get into foreign Toku from like Japan and from like China and Korea.
yeah,
'Cause those are
but
our
there's
things.
like Ryu Kendo, which was a good one.
Yeah, I
There's-
think is that Korea or China?
No, it's Japan. There's Tomika Hero Rescue Force / Rescue Fire, which is made by the same people who make the little toy cars in Japan. So it's Takara, the Tomika.
Right, yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
I vaguely remember what you're talking about, yeah.
Justerizer, I think that's how you pronounce it. I watched half of it. I never finished it.
I still like John Person. That was on, I think that was on Toei's official channel.
Yeah. Wind Spectre, I think you can watch the first 2 episodes subbed on Toei's channel. That's a Metal Hero. That's pretty good.
Henshin Ninja Jiraiya is not terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Watched the first several episodes of that.
You can watch Power Rangers, like the earlier ones.
Yeah. Heck,
my
fucking
favorite 5
Power Rangers Samurai, as shit as it is basically just a 1-for-1 of Sentai.
Yeah, but don't watch that one.
It's shit, but it's,
Besides the fact that it's horribly racist.
yeah, the Japanese samurai clan is somehow a white guy. It makes no sense.
No. Let's have the black man serve the white man.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, that's
oh,
smart.
Yeah. One of his samurai servants is black and he's white. Oh right, I forgot. Oh man, that concept.
And he's based after a character in Japan that would literally like do anything for his master.
Who, Yasuke?
No, like in the Japanese.
Oh
one.
yeah.
Or he's a nut job and I love him.
Yeah, he's a real was it Bushido freak.
Well,
Which, as we've been over, Bushido in itself is kind of a bullshit concept in Japan anyway.
Is there anything to close us off?
Are you really just trying to get bored of this conversation?
Yeah, a little.
So sorry.
I have
There could be a part 2.
I have one
sorry we're having
recommendation
fun
that
here.
I think everyone should try at least once, and it's American, but it was adaptation of a Japanese one.
Knights of Tirnagog?
No, but yes, I love that. But
Mystic Knights of Tirnagog.
you cannot find that.
I think
It
it's
is in the
ripped
worst
to YouTube.
quality known to mankind.
Yeah, if you find it, it's in shit quality.
Because
But I think the whole
only
thing's
the
on YouTube.
first 4 episodes came out on VHS.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof. VHS rips or something special.
Yeah, I have it at home, but it's like, oh god, the quality's terrible. But it's Kamen Rider Dragon Knight.
Right.
So they took Kamen Rider Ryuki, but took the plot and just put it with like English actors.
Pardon me.
And it's really well done. And also the opening song slaps.
I mean, it's probably from that opening song slapping era.
Yeah, well that was no, it was like 2010ish.
Oh, then maybe not.
Yeah, it's good though.
You got anything to finish us off with?
I mean, just there's a lot of Toku, so just
Like the American Gridman,
yeah,
Superhuman Samurai Squad.
tattoo
No,
teenage alien fighters.
Yeah, let's not talk about that one. Let's not talk about that one.
Tattoo teenage alien fighters. Oh yeah, that one.
VR Troopers. We are
VR.
VR.
You know what
Which is like 3 different Toku shows just put together.
I remember when I sent in the group chat that I found Tommy Oliver and fucking Urkel fighting Urkel. Yeah, 2 years after Power Rangers was a thing, I find there's an episode of Family Matters where Tommy Oliver is a background character and he gets his ass kicked by Bruce Lee Urkel. What a weird thing. I just like bringing that anecdote up. Rest in power, Tommy. Well, Jason. You know.
Like, share, comment, subscribe.
You know, if I had a nickel for every time that a movie's been stuck in development hell because the lead person passed away, I'd have 2. Which is weird. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Because Mars is also stuck in development hell because Trevor Moore passed away. And then Tommy Oliver's White Dragon is also supposed to be put out, but that got stuck in development hell because he passed.
And the figures are in like production hell too.
Yep.